London. Thriving, inspiring, exciting. It wouldn't be half the city it is today without a public transport network to equal its ambition. Transport for London keeps London on the move. In surface transport, it's our job to keep the traffic flowing by road, rail and on the river, in buses, taxis, trams and trains, by car, bike or on foot. And over the years, we've developed sophisticated ways to communicate with customers. When the first London bus map was introduced, information about routes and fares was hard to find and even harder to use. Competing bus, tram and trolleybus services crisscrossed the city, but passengers had no way to plan a journey across London. Integrated timetables and maps only became possible in the 30s after London's transport companies united under London Transport. Early travel information focused on timetables and promotions, using posters, leaflets and tickets to communicate with customers. Many of the 20th century's finest artists were commissioned to design decorative posters to encourage Londoners to explore the city by public transport. The early bus maps were influenced by Harry Beck's iconic tube map. But as passengers grew more demanding, the way travel information was presented became more sophisticated. Geographic maps were introduced in 1949 and evolved over time, through bubble maps in the 80s to the latest spider maps. In the 50s, roadside scanners and radio controls were introduced to predict waiting times. As technology evolved, it offered new ways to gather and communicate customer information. Electronic Wayfarer ticketing machines were introduced with one-person buses in the late 60s, and the data they collected was transferred to computers at the depot. SmartCard laid the foundation for the shift towards today's electronic ticketing. But when communicating with customers in the 70s and 80s, London Transport was still restricted to traditional media, posters, leaflets and travel announcements. Until by the closing years of the 20th century, technology was leading the way. In 2000, Transport for London was formed to develop and manage a transport network worthy of London's status as a world-leading city. A major shift in thinking followed. From simply relaying information about pricing, timetables, promotions and delays, we opened up two-way communications with customers. We don't shy away from delivering bad news or taking criticism if we have to. We ask, we listen, and we respond. The result is more innovation in 5 years than at any time in the history of public transport in London. Recent technology has given us the power to deliver personalised travel information in ways that suit how our customers live and work. Life is faster, we work on the move. The Transport for London website is our flagship, giving customers access to all kinds of real-time travel information online. They can pay the congestion charge, top up their Oyster card and book a taxi to meet them from the night bus. Journey Planner is a runaway success. It's transformed the way we provide travel information in the capital. The recent relaunch of Journey Planner on the web led to a massive 100% increase in demand. It's now available on mobile phones and Sky Active digital television, and it was listed in The Guardian's top 100 most useful websites. Every month, we text and email over 400,000 travel alerts to commuters, giving early warnings of delays so they can make changes to their journey en route. And we email people on our customer database to inform them of service disruptions or enhancements to their regular journeys. Drivers have welcomed capital cams that broadcast real-time on-street views of major routes and intersections so they can check for traffic jams online or on TV before leaving home. We're continually looking for ways to improve how we display and present travel information at the street level. Our award-winning spider maps now cover riverboat as well as bus services. Super site posters that combine a bus spider map and local area map are now a common sight at bus shelters and train stations in London. The latest stop-specific timetables are a hit with passengers because they are more reliable and a great improvement on traditional timetables. Hypertag was launched during the Safer Travel at Night campaign to allow customers to download telephone numbers of local licensed minicab firms directly to their mobile phone from poster sites. TFT screens have been installed on bus routes popular with visitors and tourists to provide them with news and travel information en route. The popular countdown system at bus and tram stops will soon be introduced at riverboat piers. It's being updated with audio to benefit all passengers, especially those with visual impairments. And it will soon be available online via the internet and mobile phones. We're mindful that not everyone has access to the web or a mobile phone, and many still prefer to talk to someone or write a letter. So we've improved our capacity at telephone call centres and travel information centres to provide a friendly human contact for people who prefer to talk to an advisor. And we continue to use traditional print methods with a page of editorial in the metro, leaflets and local bus maps. We've made our printed information more accessible in a range of non-English languages and alternative formats, including large print, audio and braille. But the trend is towards mobile communications. Monthly mobile journey planner internet sessions recently peaked at nearly 200,000 in 1 month. We've made it easier to buy prepaid tickets with Oyster Card, the electronic ticketing system that's steadily growing in popularity. Nearly 2.5 million people use Oyster Cards every day, which is around a quarter of the total population of London. The same technology makes it easy for drivers to pay the congestion charge. Our pioneering use of mobile information channels is so successful that the European Union has asked Transport for London to consult on the implementation of pan-European mobile travel services. This is all a great improvement on the provision of customer information, even as recently as 5 years ago. But we want to do even better, and we need your help. Our aim is to achieve 100% real-time information 24/7, using every method available to us, so we can reach all our customers in a format that's easily accessible and understandable to them. The growth of 3G mobile technology, digital television and radio, SMS and WAP offer the chance to reach customers in ever more innovative ways. We're developing relationships with third parties, including phone operators, broadcasters, tourist attractions and businesses. We're also planning the trial of an intelligent bus station system so that our major stations and stops can display up-to-the-minute real-time information in a style similar to airports and train stations. The possibilities are endless. Just imagine. Passengers could track the progress of their train, bus or tram and leave home at exactly the right time to meet it. With video streaming direct to mobile phones, customers could talk directly to a travel advisor at a travel centre. Incorporating Oyster into mobile phones so that passengers can buy tickets on the move and present their phone instead of a smart card at the ticket readers. And why stop there? Oyster could be used as a retail loyalty card when shopping or booking theatre and cinema tickets. Travel alerts could be improved to provide prompts for visually impaired passengers when approaching their destination stop. Real-time images of stops on Journey Planner could help customers decide which stops to use, depending on accessibility and facilities. Capacity indicators on Countdown could show how full a vehicle is and if all the wheelchair and pushchair spaces are taken. And how about providing real-time travel information at major shopping centres and leisure complexes, so that when you leave the cinema, you can see when the next bus will arrive, or if there is enough room for your shopping in the baggage space. Live travel updates could be streamed directly to 3G phones and laptops in the language of your choosing. Interactive information points at stations, bus and tram stops would make it possible for travellers to plan their journey across town, taking into account all the public transport options available to them. Imagine how useful it would be to get live, up-to-the-minute information, advice and guides about issues that matter to you from people's portals at stations and stops, or directly broadcast to your 3G phone or laptop while on the move. New technology opens up a host of opportunities to reach customers in ever more inventive ways. We've achieved so much already by listening to customers. Now we want to hear from you. Help us create a communications channel that matches London's world-leading transport network. How would you keep the information flowing? The only limit is your imagination.